All right. Welcome. Here we are. Here I am, day number 4. Yes. The whole 30-day challenge thing is already proving to be a little bit challenging, as it states in the name. Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm kind of tired. I might be phoning it in just a little bit today. It's late, and I and my child need to get to bed soon. But one of the things that I wanted to do was learn the tarot cards and do quick readings. And I know that shorter videos are often easier to watch. People often like those better than long, rambling videos like my first one. So I'm going to do a quick reading. I am going to use my tarot deck called the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. And I've already shuffled the cards and just kind of tried to clear my energy a little bit. I have a 10-year-old running around here, a little crazy. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm going to shuffle a little bit right here. And I'm just opening up the space, to allow in any guidance from the universe, from spirit, from angels, spirit guides, God, whatever you want to call it. What do we need to know right now? What does the collective need to know right now? And this is for whenever you watch this. Doesn't necessarily mean it's now when I'm doing it. Everyone's on a different timeline, so if you showed up here, there's probably going to be something in here for you. If there's not, that's okay. There will be something next time. And there are so many readers on YouTube. If you really want a detailed reading, just do a search. You're going to find so many. And I continue to find new ones to follow. I have longtime favorites. My son is trying to tell me something. Kitty found a secret hiding spot under the couch. Kitty made a hole under the couch that she likes to hide in. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to do one more shuffle. Yeah, once again, just gonna focusing on the collective and using my intuition, but I am definitely going to also use the book this time, because this particular deck is a little bit different from traditional tarot, and I'm probably just going to choose 1 or 2 cards. We'll see how it goes. We'll see where my intuition takes me. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and look for, I don't know if this is going to work. I have tiny hands, and it's a little bit hard to shuffle. Oh, but here we go. We got 2 that just popped out. The first one is Queen of Earth. Now, Earth, I know, represents kind of the physical aspect of things. So, Queen of Earth, here we go. Practical and grounded, trustworthy, earthy, resourceful, a gardener who tends to what has been planted. Here, I want to show this again. It's really pretty. I love her decks. Such great art. And there are affirmations that are written here. I am committed, down to earth, and clear about my goals. I am honest as I work with others to keep it real and be true to what we're doing and the challenges before us. I use all my resources wisely, whether they are finances, opportunities, or people willing to help me in my endeavors. So this speaks to me about really settling in to ourselves, into our body, becoming clear on our goals, whatever that is for each one of us. For me, it is doing this 30-day challenge, actually completing it. And I really like being honest with others and keeping it real and true. And this is something that I talked about in a previous video on day 2 about being authentic, showing up as ourselves and however that feels to us in the moment, rather than rather than showing up how we think other people might want us to be. And this is something that I have done for a good part of my life, is sort of pretzeled myself around the idea of how I thought people wanted me to be, rather than being true to myself and showing up. And now it's just, the message is so clear. It is time for all of us to show up exactly as who we are, and to shine that light of ourselves into the world, in however that looks, in whatever way that is. So, and then also allowing yourself to receive the help that people have to offer. People really enjoy giving. It is very difficult to receive, typically. Certainly in the American culture, it's much easier to give. But I know from personal experience, I really, just the act of giving is really enjoyable. And when one can actually receive it graciously, it makes it so much sweeter to give. So the reminder to genuinely receive what is being offered. And if you need assistance, if you need help, to remember to ask, because so often there are people who would love to help if only they knew that the help was needed. The next card that jumped out, these two jumped out together, is the Hierophant, or Hierophant, however you want to say that. Everyone says it differently. Hierophant. I've heard it all. And it says spiritual practice. When this card appears, it reminds me to be committed to a spiritual practice to ensure a conscious contact to my higher power. When I have a daily practice of prayer and meditation, steeped in gratitude and committed to being a co creator, life works out in wondrous ways. Rituals are in my highest good at this time. Exchanging vows is also highlighted. So, this is really speaking to developing, if you haven't already, to really develop some kind of spiritual practice. And meditation and prayer have been studied quite extensively, and have been shown to physically benefit us when we do those things regularly. Lowering blood pressure and reducing stress and anxiety, just creating a general sense of more well-being, being able to concentrate better. There's a whole ton of stuff out there. Definitely, if you're curious at all, Google it or look it up. And when we do these things, specifically on a spiritual level, we are connecting with that higher source, with that divine consciousness, with the universe. And the idea of co-creating is that we're not just here alone trying to make our way in the world. It is very much a co-creation between us and this higher power. And when we sort of allow ourselves to be guided using the resources that we have, we take our steps that we need to take to move forward, but then allowing that higher power to lead us in the direction where it's most beneficial. And I think the hardest part about that is that so often we have this idea of what we think is best for us. And anybody who has been through relationships that haven't worked out know that I got distracted. Know that we think we want a certain thing and we go for it, and then we get to a point where we think or realize, oh, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best thing for me. Maybe I need to not choose something like that next time. And so it's understanding that in any given moment, we might think we know exactly what's right for us, but it may not be. And sort of the way that the barometer that I use is, say you have a goal or something that you're trying to achieve or move towards. If you sort of nudge that door a little bit with your foot, if it swings right open with hardly any effort, that is a clear message from the universe that feel free to walk through this door. This is a path that is meant for you. Compared to when you have a goal, something you really want to achieve, and you push and you struggle, and everything you do, you hit block after block after block. And it's like pulling teeth. Like you're just like, why isn't this working? I really want this and it's not happening. That is resisting spirit. That's not co-creating. That's just trying to make it happen on your own. And this card is saying, let spirit work with you and guide you. And if you're hitting obstacles, maybe it's time to figure out something different, recalibrate. Maybe go back a couple steps, course correct. Because that's not the path. And no matter how much you try, even if you do end up succeeding, if it's still going to be bumpy. And it's always, life is bumpy, but there are times in which it's, it flows and you can handle the bumps, and times when the bumps just feel like, you're gonna like fall over because they're too tall, and it's like, ow, you're scaling, these walls basically. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Again, we're all on this journey together. And it's about, as we connect with ourselves and go within, we are better able to connect with one another. I am a big I am a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. And RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how in the heck are you going to love somebody else? And so I think, it's clear that we each need to go within and connect with ourselves and truly become our own best friend and have our own back. And from there, sky's the limit. Because when we do that, we are connecting with source, because we are source. We are, I sort of think of it like a hand. So, let's say this is the universe or God or the creator, spirit, whatever. And then each one of us is a finger. So we're all connected to one another through the bigger thing. And when we can really tap into that, that's where we truly tap into our power and become empowered. So with that, I wish you a happy rest of your day, night, wherever you are when you watch this and whenever you are. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Mwah.